The Allegheny Journal and Journal TV lucked into a pair of characters today. Laura Rainone and Helen Kostel are two of the movers and shakers at the Clifton Forge School for the Arts. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Welcome.
And we're here today to discuss an upcoming event this next Friday and Saturday called Kriskindlmarkt. Something like that, anyway. And so, Helen, tell us a little bit about how this all started.
Well, we were a very new organization looking for ways to get known, to get people responding to the School of the Arts. And we happened upon a young couple who were fresh from Germany, back from Germany, with their 3 children. And they said in Germany they do something called Weihnacht, which is a mouthful to say. And
You did quite well.
It's a German-style festival. And we hung our caps on that and created, a whole group of us created the Kriskindlmarkt. We looked it up, and indeed it's a technically correct term for a festival of this sort, which doesn't have nor necessarily religious origins, just it's a festival. It happens in Germany. And in San Antonio, Texas, they have the identical festival, so you can hang your hat on authenticity from this standpoint. And we put the call out for a nonprofit organization, anybody who could come and sell something and make a little coin and help the school. Well, it has grown from like 10 vendors or 15 vendors to 57.
There were a load of people last year, and it looks like everybody's having a good time.
Well, yes, it is. There's music, there's food, there are raffles, there's silent auctions. There's so much, but I'm taking up all the time.
So what are the exact dates and times?
The exact dates and times are Friday and Saturday, November 18th and 19th. The times are on Friday 2 to 7 p.m. and on Saturday 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. And if you're really hungry, the chef said he'll stay an extra hour and fix you something to eat. The chef is from Lexington. He's a German chef, and he's got a wonderful set of foods to offer.
Wow. And Laura, how'd you get all these exhibitors and vendors to show up? How did that all develop?
Well, as Helen said, in the early years, I think it was a lot of word of mouth and maybe folks that they knew, but now the word of mouth has become among the vendors who all go to a lot of different shows. And this year, Helen's marketing and the mailings to vendors were so good that we filled very early, and in the last 2 weeks we've been having to turn vendors away. We're squeezing them in as much as we
You actually
can.
had to turn them away.
Well,
Yes.
Wow.
we've got some folks on a waiting list, right, and we're trying to absolutely be committed to bringing in, we call it kind of curated works, that it's all handmade items and exciting kinds of food and things that people may buy for gifts for the upcoming holidays, or just the things to have at home, because we're starting, this is really the opening of the holiday season, and Friday night is the town tree lighting ceremony, so it also ties into that this is the start of the holiday season in Clifton Forge and the Highlands.
Wow, that's pretty good coordination. Give me a feel for what kinds of things can people expect at this if they hadn't attended before?
Well, they can buy handcrafted jewelry. They can get fresh greens, beautifully treated and organized with fanciful bows and other decorative items. You can get handmade wooden bowls. You can get European tiles that are framed for hanging, other display. You can get hand-knitted items. Everything has that keyword hand in it. Even the blacksmith items aren't forged by themselves. They're tempered metal on a flame. We have photographic items. We even have an artist who does the found object. She's well known from Lexington. She's the found object artist, and she's going to do seasonal decor with her rather zany findings in the alleys and the streets of Lexington and Clifton Forge. It is a potpourri of many talents in the area, and it's amazing how they seem to find us. I was at a festival of sorts, much bigger in concept, in Roanoke about 3 weeks ago, and I stopped at a booth and said to a jeweler whose work I admired, "Do you know anything about a small festival in Clifton Forge called Kriskindlmarkt?" "Oh, yes." She said, "How do you get into it?" "I need to get it." And she's from North Carolina. As it turns out, we have a baker from Tennessee, 2 artisans from Charlottesville, multiple people from all the region, near and far in Virginia, West Virginia, and it's catching on. It's a
Wow.
nice, it's a nice contagion to have.
I think it started out with, what, 100 or 150 people, and last year there were several hundred. What's the reasonable expectation for the number of people
Well,
to show up?
last year, our clicker, Don Roberts, a member of our board,
Sure.
clicked in 1,600 people
Wow.
with children, counting children. This year, maybe it will be 1,600, maybe it'll be 1,000, and we just wait to see what the air will bring.
So the days will really be entertaining, and I guess if there's a guy like me wanting to show up, maybe to get something to eat, what was available last year? I'm trying to think it.
Well, last year we only had 2 items.
Okay.
Now we have 5, and Laura is prepared to tell you what they are.
Please do.
All right, last year we had, he does 3, this year he's doing 3 different meals. Bavarian bratwurst or Bia brat served with sauerkraut on a potato roll with Heidelberg mustard and German-style potato salad. Something called chicken paprika served with red cabbage, egg noodles, and mushroom sauce with a pretzel roll. Herb roasted pork ribeye, I can't even say that, schlusslik with German cabbage and German-style potato salad on a pretzel roll.
That was pretty good.
First time, can you tell?
Sounds so good and I'm getting so hungry.
Right.
But there are things also that are very small, like a pretzel. You can get
German pretzel with mustard,
With
or
mustard.
a bowl of German beef goulash with a roll. So for people
last
that
year,
want to eat
right,
later.
we just had a few things last year and they were hearty. This time you can stop and get a little something for your children. There may be even a hot dog there for your kids.
Wow.
So don't worry, there's always something for the kids to eat. But you didn't ask me about, is there something going to make us feel happy inside?
And what would that be?
And that is Santa. I mean,
Ah.
excuse me, I called him Santa. Verboten. It is Father Christmas. And
How about
it's
that?
in the form of Biff Downey, who wears his traditional European Christmas outfit. He'll be there from 11 to 1 on Saturday.
There's going to be a throng there.
There will be, but even better, we have music all weekend long, live music. Stan Willenbreen, who's the former biology instructor at the Dabney Lancaster Community College, will be entertaining us with music, his singing, and his guitar at 4 o'clock on Friday. Saturday at 1, we have the Allegheny Mountain String Project with about 12, 14 kids playing the violins, entertaining. They've been practicing for this. And then at 4 o'clock on Saturday, we have the debut of an organization that we have just launched on the auspices of our school. It's called the Brass Ensemble. You're going to have 7 very talented brass players making their debut as a musical group at 4 o'clock.
Well, there you have it, folks. I mean, this dynamic duo, along with its board, has really come up with just a great idea, and I think hundreds of people will show up, if not a couple thousand, and it's really great. We're delighted you could join us today.
Thank you
Thank
for
you so
having
much,
us.
Jerry.